Guys ready? Okay, you guys, some improvement. Defensively, to be able to get 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, particularly the first interception for a touchdown by Boatwright. For the first time this season, we felt like we got into a bit of a rhythm on defense, and it was good to see. Offensively, being able to throw the football, I thought Lamar, we had 2 key third downs in the first half, third and longs. I think we had a 40-yard gain and a 45-yard gain on third downs. And then he had the touchdown pass to Gamblin. So the improvement, to be able to get a couple turnovers on defense, to be able to get into a rhythm on defense, and then to be able to throw the football, particularly on third down right there when the game was still in question. It was good to see Lilly again. He's explosive. He is fun to watch. So a good overall performance. We know it's going to get much more difficult here with 5 straight games. Hawaii beat Air Force in double overtime today. So, Rick.
Just like South Dakota West and Mississippi Valley State, ULM is not South Dakota. They're our FBS team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good performance. It was a good performance for us. And like you said, they've got some good-looking kids. You're down there on that sideline and look at their skill guys. And they were coming off a win last week against Texas State. So it was a good win for us.
Was after a performance like that, when you guys, look so strong, beat a team that you're better than, is there anything to improve on from a coach's standpoint?
We're better than someone. I guess we're at the stage now where we say we're better than someone, huh? Okay. But no, it was a good overall performance, consistent across the board. Again, explosive plays, running the ball. But I do think those third down passes were key. It was a good win. It was a beautiful night, great weather, really good preparation this week. So we did take some momentum out of that game in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, and that was the most important thing, as you guys know, to get into a rhythm and get on a roll. And at least we have a shot. We've dug out of the depths a little bit to get back to 3-3 and now 4-3. So we're in a position to go take our best shot. Hopefully we get some guys back that are injured, Santos and I.B. Brown, that'll really help us. Again, I think we came out of it pretty healthy, which is key.
Talk about Tyrone Owens and some of the explosive runs he had.
I'll tell you something. He is one of the toughest guys pound for pound I've been around. He broke his thumb. I don't know if the official I don't know if it's official that he broke his thumb, but he did his week in practice, actually in a drill. And he came out there with a little cast on. But he is a tough guy and very explosive. He does a lot of things for us. He's really kind of taken David Anaya's role from last year, but he's a guy that's very explosive with his hands on the ball too. And again, all of our running backs, little JJ getting in there at the end of the game, a guy that I think has a pretty good future here. So yeah, it was a good all-around performance. And again, our field goal kicker too, we turned one extra point into a 50-yard field goal by the time we were done there. But it was, I think it's a pretty fun team to watch. I do. There's a lot of explosive things going on out there. And, now with Lilly returning those kicks, I think it's a pretty fun team to watch.
Pretty much every game that you guys have had this year, you guys have scored on your opening drive out the extension about punt there and drive. So can you talk about what they see on that first drive?
Yeah, we were waiting to turn Boatwright loose to get that first score, yeah. No, it's like we talk about all the time. People know what's coming, just like we knew what Air Force was going to bring, but it's trying to duplicate that speed in practice. And they blitz us tonight. They came after it as much as any team we've played, which we call slasher, a field blitz. They brought the linebackers up in there. They challenged us schematically with their defense. There were a lot of great quick pulls and pitches by Lamar, particularly the one with Gipp. It's a shame. Again, Gipp's learned a valuable lesson of not pulling up. We've continued to talk to him about that, and I think he did it again tonight. But I thought really good execution against kind of a different scheme that has some familiarity with us, and they really tried to attack us a lot defensively, so it was good to see.
Austin not playing, I guess, was the same with Lamar not playing at South Dakota.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Yeah, again, I feel bad because we had every intentions to play Austin, but just with the flow of the game, there was no reason to do it, and then it got too late to put him in, and Jawan came in and finished up.
And to start with Lamar, Hawaii next week, can we go with the same?
I think so, JP. There's no reason. We're pretty efficient right now doing what we do. And again, as I said, it's encouraging to see Lamar get some throws and our receivers step up and make some catches. We have some really good young receivers on this team. I mean, Pat Reed, Q Drennan, Emmanuel Harris. We get Delane Hart back. We've got some explosive receivers, and it was good to see those guys get rewarded and get their hands on the ball.
There's defense coming up with some turnovers and stuff like that. How important was that for momentum?
Yeah, for confidence. We have, there's no secret we gave up 40 points in a row 3 weeks. But we did play offenses that really do keep you off balance, and I start with San Jose at that time. San Jose is a little bit different team right now than they were when they came in here. And then, certainly Boise and Air Force. We knew we had a chance to get some rhythm tonight just because we'd be kind of doing the same things over and over. And, we're going to play a lot better offenses down the stretch. But from a schematic standpoint, ULM is a lot like what Hawaii, Nevada, and really Utah State will be. So, hopefully we can get on a little bit of a roll here defensively.
It's easy to look at the numbers on the kickoffs and see if there was a potential for a big play. On the one right before the half and then opening the second half, we attacked the left side. Is there something you guys saw there?
You talking about on our kickoff return? You got Lily sitting back there. You can ask him. But we started off the first return of the game with a counter. We showed the look that we had against Air Force, but then brought it back to the field. And then the opening one of the second half, he did a lot of that on his own, if we're honest. He did a lot of that on its own. At least it looked that way to me on the field. And the extra gear that he showed circling that defense over there in front of their bench, it was pretty impressive. I told him before the game, I brought up some former, what I'd ask you, Lily, about Vanilla Ice or someone? I said, those guys are kind of like one-hit wonders. They got the one song that everybody knows, but then that's it. And he got it. He said, Coach, I'm not a one-hit wonder. And I talked to him in the locker room before the game, so he came through. I was really happy to see Gambo, Gambo get a chance to catch a touchdown pass. This guy, obviously he'd much rather be catching a bunch of balls. And he has been unbelievable as far as a leader for our team. I'm talking about Damian Gamlin. And I was very, very happy to see him catch a touchdown pass tonight because it's not the easiest thing, particularly when you have the ability that Gambo has. He goes out there every day in practice, makes some wow catches, and I'm just so happy he got a chance to touch the ball tonight because he deserves it. Okay?
It's a fun to watch. I know you're in the middle of the season, we're focused on football, but when it's the attendance, not where we want, you concern yourself at all with that?
No, that's, I understand what, what the economy maybe is. I understand we played a late game at 7 o'clock at night. UL Monroe's not a household name. So, again, man, coach your team, right? Coach your team. And I got a lot more things to worry about than that. Okay? All right, guys, thank you.